of the function y equal to cos x on the interval negative pi by 2 to pi by 2. Set up the integral and evaluate it on your calculator, because that when you set up that integral, you will not be able to integrate with the skills that you have learned so far. Now, first of all, can you picture what is this curve? It is y equal to cos x on the interval negative pi by 2 to pi by 2. Now, can you picture the graph of y equal to cos x? What's the graph of y equal to cos x? Now, look at the graph I'm going to draw on the board for y equal to cos x. This is negative pi by 2, and this is pi by 2. That is pi, and that's negative pi. Now, how will the graph look like? It will be something like this. Is that right? That's right. Yes. So, the graph of y equal to cos x on the interval from negative pi by 2 to pi by 2 will look like this. Now, draw it on your calculator and check if this is right. Alright, how do you proceed to find the arc length? Now, look at that equation again. Arc length s equal to integral a to b square root 1 plus dy by dx all squared dx. That means you got to start by finding dy by dx, then find dy by dx all squared, then find 1 plus dy by dx all squared, and then take the square root of that, and finally integrate that quantity from x equal to a to x equal to b. So we start by y equal to cos x. Alright, what is dy by dx? What's the derivative of cos x with respect to x? dy by dx is negative sine x. Alright, what's the next quantity we need to find? Find the square of dy by dx. So dy by dx all squared is sine squared x. So we have now found dy by dx all squared. We now need 1 plus dy by dx all squared. And that will be 1 plus sine squared x. Well, and finally, what is square root of that quantity? It will be square root of 1 plus sine squared x. We have now this complete quantity. We now need to integrate this from x equal to negative pi by 2 to x equal to pi by 2 to get the length of the arc from x equal to negative 2 to negative pi by 2 to pi by 2. So s equal to negative pi by 2 to pi by 2 square root of 1 plus dy by dx all squared dx. And we know what this quantity is. What is that quantity? It is square root 1 plus sine squared x. And actually, you haven't developed any skill to find this integral. And so what we're going to do is do that on the calculator. Now, how many of you know how to use your calculator to do this integration? Okay, I'm going to show you how we can do it on the TI-84. If you have a TI-83, the keystrokes are basically the same. So you can either use the TI-84 or TI-83. But before that, let me turn off this light. To do this integration, we access the math menu. That's the math menu there. So click on math. Follow the movement of my cursor. Click on math. And now the down arrow until you reach the integration operator, and that is number 9, finite integral. So enter. Finite integral of what? We have a square root quantity, so second square root. Now square root of what? It will be 1 plus sine squared x. Now watch how I write sine squared x. It's start with a parenthesis and write sine x. You notice that x is in parenthesis. And now one more parenthesis and raise it. See how we raise it to a power of 2. Now that is how you write sine squared x. The quantity sine x raised to the power of 2. And now, because we are taking the square root of all this quantity, close the parenthesis. That is square root that parenthesis to this one. So we have now the quantity entered fully. We have to integrate it with respect to x. Look at the way I do it, comma, x, comma, what's the lower limit? Negative, negative sign is at the bottom. Negative pi by 2. No, I didn't get that right, so I've got to go back and say negative pi by 2. Pi divided by 2. And comma, positive pi by 2. Alright, and then parenthesis, and enter. That gives you 3.82 as the value of that integral. That means the length of the arc of the cosine function from negative pi by 2 to pi by 2 is actually 3.82. Well, we have now evaluated the definite integral using TI-84. As I said, you could also use TI-83 and use these keystroke. Press math, then number 9. Number 9 will give you the integration operator. Then second x squared, 1 plus, look at the way you write sine squared x, comma, the parenthesis. Now follow these keystrokes if you did not follow when I showed it. And it will be like this. I'll give you 3.82 as the value of this. Remember, that is an approximate value, not the exact value. Okay, let's do another one.